Well, Coach, the most obvious question is how has the transition been? I mean, you don't see a lot of coaches go from, let's say, Ohio State to Michigan or, Eagles to the Cowboys or Yankees, Red Sox. But you were literally right down Route 61 at Schuylkill Valley for over a decade and now up 61 here at Hamburg. So how has it been?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, it hasn't been easy. I was at Schuylkill Valley for a long time, and coming up and having this opportunity at Hamburg, which has been a great opportunity for me. There's been some bumps that we've had to overcome. So I'm happy to be here. I'm having a good time here, but yeah, there's some rough spots still.
I know all of you coaches are week to week, game to game. But have you thought about the Frost Bowl at all this season and what that's going to be like?
Yeah, I try not to be honest with you. I know that's going to be a week. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a great game. And it's a great rival game. So, yeah, I've kind of put that out of my mind right now because there's just so many other things we got to take care of. And, so I'll give you the spiel. It's 1 week at a
time. What are your thoughts on the merger with the Lancaster-Lebanon League? Obviously, that was a huge story this offseason, and that's going to go into effect next year, a mammoth league there with 5 sections. Did you like that move for the Berks League?
I did, and especially for the size schools that we're at here and, the travel that sometimes we have to take because of our only having 5 league games in the Berks League. You have to find 5 non-league games. So starting next year, we only have to find 3. So that's a big difference to having to schedule and find teams. And we play a lot of those teams, already, or we have played, Anvil, Cleona, and Elko, and some in Peckway Valley, and some of those good teams. So the familiarity is there already, and I think it was a really good thing, a very positive thing, and I think it's going to help us.
Obviously, week 1 was a blowout for you. What did you like most, and what were some of the corrections? I'm assuming there weren't a whole lot of corrections, but with you coaches, you never know. You always find stuff to work on.
Right, you do always find stuff to work on. The good things that came out of that game was we came out healthy, and we got to play a game. It seems like, I know we played some last year, but we actually felt like a real football game last week with people in the stands and everything kind of normal. And then we just got to go out and hit other colored jerseys. So that's always a good thing to do and get some of our young guys, some of our freshmen and sophomores, guys that haven't been in a varsity game yet, we got them some varsity experience. So all that was a good thing. To work on, we needed to work on some things. There were mistakes, typical first game mistakes. Just assignments more so than anything else. We did a pretty good job of actually tackling and getting to the ball, but just some assignments on both sides of the ball that we had to correct.
Northern Lebanon coming up Friday night. What have you seen on film from them, and what are the biggest keys to winning that one?
Well, they're a good team. I haven't played or gone against them in a while, but I know they've had some down years. But talent-wise, they look like a good football team right now. They won last week. They beat Pine Grove, who's a tough team as well. So we have to be very solid defensively. It's a different style of offense than what we just played. This is more of a 4-5 or 4 wide out look. Zone read type stuff, so we have to prepare a little differently defensively, and so it's going to be a challenge. Offensively, we run our stuff, so we didn't have to make as many adjustments there, but we still have to come ready to play, and we have to make plays on special teams, and just get after them.
As a new coach, how nice is it to have a quarterback? That position obviously gets so much attention, but to have a returning starter like Xander Menepace at that position has to help you out a little bit.
Yeah, it means a lot because Xander not only is a returning quarterback with varsity game experience, he also knows the offense extremely well, can tell other people what to do, can just run the system, and is a leader. So he checks all the boxes in terms of what you want in a quarterback and a starting quarterback. So that did help ease the transition for me because he kind of is established and he knows how to win, he knows what to do to win, and he does everything the right way.
I was joking with Deani Ruiz that it seems like he's been in high school about 15 years because he's been playing since he was a freshman and starting for 3 years. How valuable is he to your team? Because he's on offense, defense, and he's returning kicks.
He is, and from looking at him from the other side, he's always been like someone who you had to account for. So it's nice to have him on my side where I don't have to account for him. I just got to make sure he gets the ball enough. But Deanna's a special player, and he's another one who does everything the right way in practice. He doesn't take any plays off. He wants to be out there. So, sometimes you're worried about getting kids off for rest. Deanna's, he'll come out for rest, but he wants to be back on there, and he wants to return. And he's just got a great attitude about it, and he's very enthusiastic. And I'm excited for him for this year. I think he's going to have a really good, really, really good year.
So often the skill position players get a lot of attention, and rightfully so, but who are some of the players that may be under the radar that people around the county don't know that you expect to have a good season?
Sure. Well, Derek Amato is one that has been a starter here, was a starter at center last year, but has really improved. I mean, he's someone who now has a lot more responsibility in terms of what we can do with him on both sides of the ball, and he handles it extremely well. Charles Shepard's another one. I mean, Charles was a two-way starter and is a two-way starter now as a junior. Has the size, has the athletic ability, kind of a freakish athletic ability type kid, because he is very quick off the ball. And if he can just be a little bit more consistent, I think he can have some dominating games. So those are two guys that definitely can, kind of move the needle for us.
Deani was very complimentary of his younger brother, and I told him, I said, my brother and I used to argue and fight all the time, but what's the potential of his younger brother?
Yeah, Derek was the other guy I was about to bring up, but Derek is very athletic, and is very naturally athletic. So he plays defensive back, he plays halfback. So on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of times his reactions are almost exactly what we want him to do without us even telling him, maybe without even him knowing that he's doing it. He just kind of does the right thing. But he's a playmaker, and he's somebody who, like I said last week, it was good to get him on the field. It was good to get him varsity reps. Good to put him in a position where he's now the starter and he's going to be out there, because I think he's just going to get better and better each week. And I expect, again, big plays out of him.
This is your 30th year overall coaching football, college level, high school level. Let me ask you, if you had all that time back, what would you do with it? What are your hobbies and interests when you're not spending time on football, which I know is most of the time, especially now?
It is most of the time, and it is very time consuming. I mean, I like to just kind of be active. I like to, get out and run or walk around or walk my dogs around and stuff like that, and just do those kinds of things. I'm also into the MCU. I like watching Marvel movies and things like that, and Star Wars, so we try to get that going too. But I don't know. I don't know what else I'd be doing. I guess I'll figure it out at some point.
Do you have a favorite Marvel character?
Of course, it's got to be Tony Stark, Iron Man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm more of a Wolverine guy, but
all right.
Now is he in that or not? That's X-Men. So is that still
X-Men.
Marvel?
Well, it's probably going to be.
Okay.
It hasn't been so far, but it seems like Disney's kind of taken over everything at this point. So I'm going to say in the future that will probably be incorporated.
The Marvel DC stuff, I get confused. I'm going to just stick to Berks County sports. That's about it. And maybe some cold beverages from time to time. But thanks for your time, and best of luck Friday.
No problem, Paul. Thank you.